Alright, good evening, folks. So, this question that you're looking at, it's a problem solving question in quadratics. Alright, so as you can see, what we have here is two rectangles. Alright, and if you look closely, well, first of all, what we realize that this rectangle is no ordinary rectangle. The number one, the dimensions are not entirely numeric. Alright, as you can see, A to S is represented by 3x, S to K is represented by 3 units, A to J is represented by 2x, and J to M is represented by 5 units. Alright, so what we need to understand is that this question is not really a normal question in quadratics. Alright, so it's an application question or a problem solving question. Alright, now we should all know that to find the area of a rectangle is length times width. Alright, so let's look at the first part of the question. It says, obtain an expression in terms of x for the area of the rectangle AKLM. Alright, so what we're gonna do is to find the length of this rectangle here. Alright, now as you can see that if this part from A to S is 3x and from S to K is 3, then the total length would be 3x plus 3. Alright, and if you look at the width of this rectangle here, A to M, we realize that it will be 2x, which is from A to J, plus 5. Alright, so here are the two dimensions of this rectangle here. Now, we cannot add 3x plus 3 because these are two unlike terms. And we cannot add 2x with 5 because they're unlike terms. Alright, so we're going to find an expression in terms of x. Now, anytime you see a question that asks that, obtain an expression in terms of x, it means your answer must have x in it. Alright, and since we're finding the area of a rectangle, and this is the length and this is the width, and we know that to find the area of a rectangle we multiply length times width. What we're going to do is that we're going to multiply these two expressions. Alright, so previously we had the length will be 3x plus 3, and the width 2x plus 5. So to find the area of the rectangle, its length multiplied by width. In other words, area would be 3x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 5. Alright. So what we're going to do right here is that we're going to use a process called expansion to simplify this expression. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply 3x times everything in the second bracket. So it's going to be 3x multiplied by 2x plus 5, and then plus, no, this plus is this plus 3 multiplied by everything in the second bracket. Alright, so basically what I'm doing, I'm multiplying this 3x times everything over here, so, and then I multiply the plus 3 by everything in the second bracket. Alright, and the next step is that we're going to use the distributive law to simplify this. Alright, so watch carefully. So I'm going to multiply 3x times 2x, so it's going to be 3x multiplied by 2x. Alright, then plus, no, you always put plus. No, this plus is not this plus. It's just that when you multiply this times this term and this times this term, what comes in between is always a plus. Alright, so I'm going to multiply 3x times this 5. Now, if this 5 was a negative, you'd have to put a negative right there. But this is always a plus. Now, what comes after this bracket here is going to be another plus. And then I'm going to multiply this 3 times that 2x plus 3 multiplied by 5. Now, we're going to multiply each bracket now. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Right by the plus. 3x times 5 is 15x. Right by the plus. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 plus 5 is 15. Now, if you examine this expression, you realize that the only common terms in this expression is these two terms. So these are the only two terms that are common because both of them are x. So we're going to add them. So we're going to rewrite the 6x squared and the 15. So we have 6